Welcome to Deep Dive with Jeffrey Networks. I'm your host, Mike Coker. Today we have Jay Killion from HPE. Let's get into high density Wi-Fi. So when we get into a lot of campuses, have a lot of users, and now everybody, obviously, it used to be you had your laptop. Now you get a laptop, you get your phone, maybe I have two phones. There's all these devices, there's all these other things around that are connecting to Wi-Fi. Let's talk about just the density there and kind of how Mist manages that differently than other vendors.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll answer this a couple of ways. First, I will say this is a really good example of where you can provide tremendous value to customers. High dense wireless is not the place that you just want to throw up a bunch of APs and hope for the best. That would be like saying, we have a traffic jam, send more cars. Wait, no, you're going to make the traffic jam even worse. And so high dense wireless is one where I guess I would use the analogy of planning audio speakers. If you have a large auditorium and you want to have really good sound, the answer isn't, I'm going to put 500 speakers and turn everything up to the volume of 11 and cross my fingers and hope that it works. So it does definitely take some very intentional design. And that's often also because you're building the church for Easter, as the saying goes. You need to build it so that when it is at full capacity, that your users are still going to have a good experience. But the way that Mist greatly helps in this world is it was 2017 that we invented something for our industry. It is AI RRM. So RRM stands for Radio Resource Management, and it's essentially the knobs that you can tune on an access point that say how loud should you be broadcasting your signal and which channel are you going to operate on. And those are really important because whatever channel you're on, wireless is like a CB radio. Only one person can be talking at a time. And so you have to carefully know that these things are going to be on different channels and that their signals, we're not broadcasting so that they're all overlapping, causing your clients to constantly bounce back and forth between
which we see it all the time with other.
I believe it. I fully believe it. And so coming from my previous life when I was at Cisco, that's something that you would turn off RRM, especially in an environment like that. And you would have to manually tune it and keep an eye on it. And as environments change, you would have to come back and adjust and update. Our AI RRM, it is the best in the industry, and there's not a close second.
No, it is not close.
So
real world deployments.
Real world deployment. And this is more critical than ever in Wi-Fi 7 because we opened up, because the FCC opened up the 6 gigahertz spectrum. You now have 3 times the number of channels. So 3 times the number of choices. And that's a great problem to have, but it also means you need some real intelligence to be able to coordinate, especially in a high def environment amongst all of these access points, and make sure that in a coordinated fashion, that they are all on the proper channel, advertising at the proper power, and as the environment changes, as interference occurs, that it will dynamically and automatically ensure that wireless environment, that the experience stays pristine.
Yeah, because the other vendors, it's a manual process.
That's right.
And it's just more like a guess, like a hunting pack, just trying to figure out which frequencies do we need to tone down, which channels do we need to use, not use. And so for this to dynamically do all that. Well,
it's also really so every other algorithm in the industry, the way that their algorithm runs is they're measuring how well can I hear my neighboring AP. So they're optimizing Wi-Fi for the ceiling or wherever those APs are.
For the user, it's optimized for the next.
Bingo. Where our AI RRM, all of this telemetry that we're gathering, we're looking from a user's experience and saying, hey, when we change channels, when we change power, does it result in these users having a better experience? I don't care if this AP is having a better experience. I'm not serving this AP.
It's a bottom-up approach versus the top-down.
It goes from being an infrastructure centric approach to saying, no, I care about user experience.
That's awesome. Bye.